to wreck it. Let's begin. Party on, party.
Hello, everyone. My name is Rhonda Hartman. I'm an Ambassador Diamond. Thank you so much. I am so excited to be here and have this panel to share with you today. I've got three incredible leaders, and why don't we just start with some introductions?
Hi, everybody. My name is Genevieve Sykes, and I'm from West Palm Beach, Florida. So, I got started in this business a little over 2 years ago because more than anything, I wanted to be at home with our newborn. But did anybody else think that only crazy people do this business? I mean, we are crazy, but I thought I didn't want to be that girl pushing her products. But I saw that it worked, and I was like, man, you know what? I'm just gonna jump in. So 12 months later, I wanted to make 500, but we went Ambassador Diamond and completely changed our life. And now we are a full-time family, and then we added another kid to that. So we have 4 boys now, and we're just loving this so much.
Hey everybody, my name is Tiffany Chapman. I'm an Ambassador Diamond from Houston, Texas. I was a former hairstylist who absolutely loved what she did, but at 28, I had already maxed out my income. And Cody and I had always dreamed of a life of freedom and travel and being our own boss. And we had gone after real estate and cosmetology to try to make that happen, but it just wasn't. And we didn't know where to turn, and our dreams were sizzling away. And luckily, about 5 years ago, I found It Works at an expo. I rapped on the spot, so rap people on the spot, guys. I joined immediately because I just wanted more product. I really didn't know if I could do a business like this, but as I got home and started sharing my passion for the products and the business, my business just grew. In just a year and a half, we were able to pay off over $120,000 in debt. And we both kept working and put nearly every cent of our It Works money towards our debt to get out of debt. And after that, we walked away from our jobs, and we are now living that life we were always after, thanks to It Works.
So amazing.
Hi, I'm Danielle Odom. I'm a presidential diamond from New Orleans, Louisiana. Now, you probably wouldn't think this business would work for someone like me. I was working as a registered nurse and fitness instructor and trying to juggle 4 very busy kids, including a newborn. My husband was gone all the time because he's active duty military. And so I was basically a single mom 24/7. I mean, the struggle is real. Anybody? Single mom? And it was rough, but I did not let that hold me back. I knew I wanted to be a mom my whole life, so I took this opportunity and ran with it, with a baby on my hip, from wrap party to wrap party. Fast forward 2 years, I'm now a presidential diamond, sitting up here. We've earned $290,000 in bonuses alone, and It Works. It's enabled for me to retire from my nursing career, to raise my kids, pay off $50,000 in credit cards and those student loans they told me to get. And we just closed on our dream home 3 weeks ago. But, all those are really great things, and we are so blessed, we're so grateful. But what this company has done for us is the freedom of time. My husband leaves next month for a year deployment, the 6th one, and I get to be home to raise my kids and not pay someone else to do it for us.
Yes, that is true freedom. I'm also a mom. I have 3 beautiful daughters, 5 gorgeous grandkids, and I'm married to the love of my life. I found It Works on Facebook 5 years ago. And I didn't even try a rap before I joined this business. I just thought the concept that if this could do that it was going to absolutely change our lives and so many others. So I came on board, and boy, I just can't even tell you in 5 years the experience that we've had as a family. My husband is retired today. Where are you, Ray Hartman? And we have two of our three daughters are also involved in the business, and I love that it's a family-oriented business. You know, my daughter Brianna and I are the first mom and daughter ambassadors in the company. You guys, I share that with you for inspiration because I want you to realize the value and what you have your hands on. We're literally sitting on a gold mine. So let's start talking a little bit about one team, one missions, right? We heard Sherry Lynn mention earlier that these are just big wrap parties, right? So the difference is they're hosted by triple diamond and above leaders, and they are there to influence you and to influence your guests. So these events are designed for guests. So remember that. These are not trainings, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to leave with incredible nuggets. Don't you guys agree? You always learn something at a One Team, One Mission. But what we do there is we share our product, we teach about our business opportunity, and you'll also hear powerful testimonials, just like what you heard here today, that will allow your guests to be influenced to become a part of your team. So keeping that in mind, Genevieve, so I think there's a lot of folks out there that don't really understand why a One Team, One Mission is so important and how powerful these events can be.
Absolutely. So, just from different perspectives, did you guys join this business and you're like, oh my gosh, you have to do this with me? And they're like, okay, well, how does it work? And you're like, I don't know, okay? These events are hosted. They're continuously on the corporate calendar, and it's a great opportunity to bring your potentials to this. But not just that. Did you sign up and people tell you, oh, well, nobody makes money in those things, right? Okay? You're going to be able to go and your potentials can listen to stories because you have to be a triple diamond or higher to be able to host these, and they're going to be able to see real life examples. But here's another thing too, even just as a distributor, sometimes people on my team tell me, well, all my potentials backed out. I don't think I'm going to go. No, still go. I don't care how many times I hear that party pad presentation. You guys, we have a product that you put on, and in 45 minutes, you're tighter, toner, and firmer. And I think we forget that. And I get so excited and pumped up, but I feel like I leave with something, and my belief level goes up. And not just that, but even as a leader, I love that if I sign somebody, for instance, I signed a distributor in Charlotte, North Carolina, that I think would be great at this business. And she recently went to a One Team, One Mission that Cammie and a bunch of the other ambassadors that were there put on. And man, she is on fire now. For a few months, she did nothing. And now she's texting me, I signed this customer. Now what do I do? So get to them. Bring your potentials to them. Host them if you're a leader.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I love that. Okay, so Tiffany, as triples and above, we get this business, right? We didn't get to triple by not sharing this business opportunity and using our party pads. There's a lot of us that are hosting One Team, One Missions, and they're so much fun, but I think there's also a lot of people that are not. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think you can just sum it up in one word, and it's fear. And I don't know what that fear is for you, but the only way to overcome fear is by taking action. And you guys, everybody in this room has taken action to get over fear, signing your first customer or your first blitz. So we know how to do this. You just continue to take action. Another thing I see people fall into is the comparison trap. I fell into that in the beginning. I tried to kind of be like other people, and it just doesn't work. It was forced. It was hard. It was not fun. And the more I just was myself and shared my strengths, my weaknesses, the better response I got from the crowd. People were I was more relatable, and that is so important in this business. My very first conference, the single fact that everybody on stage that was a leader and top earner, everybody was so diversified, different backgrounds, that gave me the belief that I could do this too. And we left that first conference and quadrupled our business in just a few months. So embrace your uniqueness. And, I also want to add that every single time I've put on an event, I go in looking to teach others and bless others and help them. And I leave every event more filled up, more blessed, new connections. And thank you. And I think it's a privilege as leaders that we get to host these one team, one missions. So get over your fear, take action, take the pressure off of yourself. Your eSuite has a checklist for everything you need to put on your one team, one mission, so everything is there for you. And be you and go have fun.
Yes, yes, I love that. You know, when we talk about fear, it's something that can be so paralyzing, but please never forget, fear, the acronym for that is false evidence appearing real. Think about that. It's nothing but what you've created in your mind. So we can absolutely get past this. All right, so Danielle, I just so enjoyed hearing your history, really, on hosting opportunity events, and I think it would be so cool if you'd share that with us today.
Okay, thank you. Well, when I first started, I was that ignorance on fire. And I got that from my first one team, one mission. In my first month, my upline said, you have to go to this. We tried to go shopping instead, and Brooke said, no, you have to go to this thing. So I went there, and thank God I did. I would not be up here today. Those stories inspired me so much. I said, if they can do it, I can do it too. So I started just telling everybody, hosting weekly wrap parties, and I was hosting a weekly business opportunity meeting. Didn't really know what I was doing. I just read that party pad thing and had a whole bunch of people. Before you know it, we had 50 chairs and standing room only every single week because people knew where we were and that we were having fun and we were making money. Well, I did that all the way to Triple Diamond in 9 months, and I was like, I'm not doing that one team, one mission thing. That's too much. That's too scary. You know, I don't want to say the wrong things, and what if these diamonds and above come from other teams, you know? I didn't feel worthy to be on that corporate calendar and to open it up. I did open it up to people, but it wasn't out there. Well, over the summer, we were on a Top 100 Zoom with Mark, and he said, all right, you guys, you have to host a one team, one mission by the end of the year. Pick a friend and do it together. I recognized Susan Wade on there, and I messaged her. I was like, hey, I don't know what to do. You want to do it with me? She said, absolutely. We put it on the calendar that day, and I couldn't turn back from there. It went so smooth, but when your coach tells you to do something, by God, you better do it because he knows that it works. So that was a huge one, that event. But after that, I do them every single month now that I got over that fear, and it's been great.
Okay, so Danielle, you were talking about holding events with about 50 people, which is a reasonable sized group, but let's get real. Like, we watch social media, and we see that there's one team, one missions that have 500 people or 1,000 people in attendance. Like, do you really think that size matters?
Well, with one team, one mission... not with one team, one missions. I mean, oh my God. Well, we've had, from hundreds of people to handfuls of people at these events. And just last month, we only had about 35 people last month, and more than half of those people were not in my downline. And I've made so many friends from doing this. And if just one person in that room, that their life is changed from one story up there, it is worth it. You have to get out there and tell your story. And I know that just like my first one team, one mission that lit a fire under me, that when I have a new team member that signs up that's not local, I know that there is a home that they can go to and feel like part of our It Works family.
Yes, yes. Okay, so Tiffany, you have always inspired me because you've been really forthright about being shy, and I'm also shy. So would you talk to anybody else that's here today that might feel a little quiet?
Yeah, so I wave that flag. But you know, guys, what has gotten me over that or through that is letting my passion lead. My passion for the products, this company, the business, and all that stems from being a product of the product, everything you've heard today, getting connected. That passion, when it's burning inside of you, can over-trump anything that's holding you back. Triple diamonds and above out there, and anybody that's ready to go triple this year, I want to let you know right now, yeah. Have confidence in yourself. These One Team, One Missions are the big wrap party with a party pad. You know the material. You guys are hosting events, doing things weekly and monthly for your team. You know it. So just print out the party pad notes, glue them into your party pad. There's nothing wrong with having that on stage with you. And just weave your story throughout, and you're going to totally rock it. Another tip I have is every time I do a One Team, One Mission, I always team up with somebody and have somebody on stage. I still do to this day. One will do the product side, one will do the business side, and we just kind of bounce off of each other and are there to kind of catch each other. And that has helped me so much, and it creates a great flow. So, you know, every time I have stepped out and pushed myself or gotten out of my comfort zone, that's where I've really, truly seen growth. So if you're ready to grow and take your business to the next level, like the Queen says, get over yourself and take action. This is your to be bold, lead with your passion, and I'm just ready to take it to a whole nother level with everybody.
Yes. And I'm so excited that we're here in front of all of you today because I have a feeling that It Works Global is blowing the heck up in 2017, and there's going to be a lot more triples and above to be hosting One Team. Okay, Genevieve, one last thing I'd love to hear from you is on the One Team, One Missions. They are super focused events. How can we maximize those?
So to best maximize, support each other and go to each other's One Team, One Missions. If you're a leader, not only should you host them, but you should be going, if you can drive to one, just pack people in a car, kidnap those potentials, and then just go, get there. I know, I'm 2 hours from Orlando. I'm driving to that. I know all the Florida ambassadors, we're all attending each other's. Support each other. That's just gonna give more stories for people to relate to, but it also speaks to our culture, to our One Team, One Missionness, and shows who we are.
We are a unified team, and that's so powerful. Okay, very quickly, Danielle, will you share with us just a little bit on paying for a venue, if that's what you have to do, because I think that can be very intimidating, that a concern for that.
Yeah, it can be scary if you're thinking, I know I have a One Team on the 21st, and I'm like, Lord Jesus, please pour the people in. Where are these people at? Because it's a big venue. But when you start small. I like to speak to my team and say, okay, what can we do? We outgrew this gym that we were at. We moved to a church. Then we outgrew that. Now we're at a local hotel. It only holds 80 people, and it's $100. So do the math. Okay, I know you can get 10 people. I know you have 10 people on your team that better be there. So you're going to reach your costs with that. If it's a little bit more expensive, you're going to reach that. But for the larger events, just make sure that you have other people with you to help you organize it, and that way you feel confident that it's going to be done.
So good. And delegating is very empowering, actually. We're raising up new leaders when we do that, so be sure to enroll others to participate. One last thing before we wrap up here today, and that is giving back is such a big part of our culture. And our focus this year at One Team, One Missions is to give back. So remember, if you have a venue, and I gotta tell you, I have never once not covered venue expenses for hotels that we have rented for an event. But you can do raffles, you can raffle off coaching calls with the leaders who are present there. And everyone can have an opportunity to do that. You can raise money so that you can give back to any one of our 4 amazing organizations with It Works that we have in our organization. I lost my words. Or any local food shelters, etc. So let's give it up. Big round of applause for these incredible ladies here today. One Team, One Mission. And I love that our company gives us a very simple plan that we can literally take from newbie all the way to leadership with our company. And they know the consistencies to watch for. They know how to do this to create success. So we all have great expectations from our company to follow this simple plan and take it all the way to the top. Let's see it at One Team, One Mission soon. Thanks, guys.
Team, if you're sitting here, you're either a newbie, an emerging leader, or a leader. Let's talk about expectations for our team. You got to know what we expect of you and where you're headed. Newbies and emerging leaders, you need to complete the steps to success. Host wrap parties each week. Attend One Team, One Mission events and bring guests. Now, leaders and top leaders, listen carefully. We have the research to show what our top 100, 300, and 500 income earners do each week, every month, and each year to reach the top. We see when our top income earners promote and when their income increases. Let me show you. I love being back in the locker room because I can use the whiteboard. If you're going to be a leader here that works, this is what it takes. It's attending conference and connecting with your team. It's attending green carpet, connecting with your team. It's hosting One Team, One Mission events, connecting with your team. You starting to see the pattern here? You're starting to get the point. One Team, One Mission events are so important. Why? Because you connect with your team. They're the lifeblood of your business, especially when you bring guests. So if you're a leader and it works here, the expectation is that you're hosting these events every month or every other month, and you're putting them on the corporate calendar. Pam, Mike, Cammie, and I are focused on the leaders accomplishing these things. They're the leaders you see on stage. They're the ones reaching the top 100. They're busting into that top 10. This here, this is the minimum you should be doing as a leader. Do this, and you could be on stage at green carpet, boot camps, next year's conference, and you'll be hitting your rank advancements and moving up with our top income earners. You know what? Connect with your teams. That's the most important thing. And know where you're headed.
Welcome to the